YouTube? Duanedeath here, and today I've decided to do a review of Final Fantasy VIII for the PlayStation. It's a 4-disc game, but each disc is extremely short. And this game has got quite a bit of hatred. I think it's a good game. I played through it, except for the final boss. I haven't beat it yet. But I personally enjoyed it, but I do think there are quite a few flaws. Let me start with the graphics. The cinematic graphics are amazing, and the beginning cutscene rules. I thought it was awesome. But the gameplay graphics are just bland and normal. Like Final Fantasy VII's was out of the ordinary, which everyone complained about it being bad. I thought they were good for being out of the ordinary. Well, this one just made it normal. I didn't like it. So that's why I gave the graphics 3 out of 5, because they were bland, but I guess they weren't bad. The characters, well, the main character, Squall Leonard, he's cool at times, but at times he seems just like an emo. But he does progress greatly through the game and is great for the plot. Quidditch Trapeze, well, she uses a whip as a weapon. She tries to get closer to Leon because she thinks it's love connection, and she also at points of the game will say stuff like finish Leon or Squall's thoughts for him, which I personally makes her a pretty good character. Zell's cool. He has a cool tattoo on his face, but he's hyper as hell. But he's also pretty skilled with his fist, but he does do some pretty stupid stuff throughout the game and make some pretty stupid comments. Cypher's okay, I guess. He does turn evil at the end of the first disc, and his weapon is Gunblade as well. He is a playable character for one part of the game, but that's about it. That's when you play as Squall, Zell, and him. But he can be pretty mean, though, at times, which is pretty cool, actually. Selphie is young and high-spirited. Her weapon is hard to explain what it is. I have no idea. I think they're nunchucks, actually, with really long handles. But you can tell she's young just by the comments she makes and all that. But she's actually a pretty good character. Ivern, I think that's how I pronounce his name, is, I guess, a cowboy in a way, because he wears a cowboy hat and just dresses like from the Western times, and uses guns to fight with. And he tries to be really smooth with the ladies, and has a crush on Selphie. Renoa is a good character. Her weapon is something that flies off her arms or wrist or whatever. At times she can do weird stuff, but yeah, it's okay. At first she has a crush on Cypher, but then has a crush on Squall. But I wouldn't recommend using her a lot because she's in your party half the time. You do play as our other 3 characters: Kratos, who uses claws, Lugana or whatever, who uses a machine gun, and what's his name? He uses a giant harpoon. Ord. But you only play for him as a few side things and side story and going to the Ada is alright. At first she's possessed by a sorcerer, but then apparently she's married to Sid, who's not a playable character, but he does help you throughout the game. And apparently she took care of all the playable characters except for Ivern and Renoa. Wait, no, she took care of Ivern, but not Renoa. Toward when they were little. And the characters, there's no exotic characters like Red 13 or Kate Sith or Kamari Ronzo, but I guess they have some pretty good development. But so I give the character selection a 4 out of 5 because there's no exotic ones, but it does give you quite a bit to choose from. There's nothing really bad I can say about the music. In fact, there's actually a part in the game where there's actually singing in one of the songs, which I thought was okay. So the music gets a 5 out of 5. The gameplay is pretty basic. You run around into random fights, gain experience, but you don't gain money from winning fights. You have to run around and at random they'll give you money. You can take tests to get more money, but yeah, you mostly can just sell items you get from the opponents and sell cards. Which this game has a bonus card game. Rules! It is so much fun, but you don't gain XP from bosses. And now that I'm on the topic of gaining XP, all you need to do is gain 1000 XP and you go up a level. That's how easy it is to level in the game. I don't care for it, but I guess it's good for newcomers and all that, for people who don't want to play something that's hard. It's really easy to level up in the game. One big downfall of the game is that summons are so essential. Like, you'll be using them for most of the game. This is what I did. You have to have one equipped to at least everyone in your party, or else you can't. You can't do anything else except for attack. Then you can equip other stuff, like such as using items, magic, and all that, and special skills. But summons can also gain extra abilities and level up as you level up, and get stronger as you get stronger. And but they also help with junctioning. Like, if you have someone equipped, they can junction something certain, like one can junction HP and and equip certain magic to that thing, to the HP. Like, which one heals you more, and the more you equip to it, the max you can hold is 99 or 100, and that'll increase your life by more. Like, life 2 is the best. Or if you're, full life. Or if you're looking to increase attack, which magic spell does the most damage. That's how the junctioning system works. And some guy said that that's the only thing he hates about it. I know something wrong with it. I personally like the drawing system. Like, certain enemies you can draw certain stuff, certain magic abilities, or summons from. And you have the option to either stock them or cast the ability. You just stock them, it gives you a certain number that you can use later in the game, but if you cast it, you can only use it that once. And overall, the gameplay did get old after a while, but I thought it was pretty enjoyable what I played. So it gets a 3.5 out of 5. This game has a great plot and great character progression, like between Squall and Renoa. Like, throughout the game, he starts caring for a little bit more and more and more until eventually at the end, when he finally just cares about her and saves her. It was awesome. A great plot. It I thought it had a good plot. I think it's a great game with a few flaws. One major, a few minor. I think two major, a few minor. And I recommend getting it. Well, I'll put videos on later.